little bit here. Little jokes going on there about playoff beards. Where are you with yours?
I think I'm staying away from it this year. I'm going to be going clean shaven the whole way through. Just my feeling on the whole thing. It's not going to win or lose you a Stanley Cup. Let's put it that way.
All right, I was going to ask you, do you feel like, better chance if you go clean cut? You tried the other way before?
You know what? I'm just going to approach it how I shave all year. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
How closely are you guys watching where you are right now? At the moment, you could finish first, second, or third in the conference. The playoff matchups seem to change every day. How closely are you watching it?
I think we're obviously watching it. It's something that's in the back of our minds. I think we know, first and foremost that the only way to really take care of ourselves is to win. So tomorrow's a big game. I think we can lock up home ice advantage tomorrow if we win, and at least get one of the top two spots if we win tomorrow. So it's a big game. I mean, they're a team that's chasing us right now, and we know how good they can be at this time of year. So it's important that we get a good one tomorrow.
Did any of the sting of losing last night lessen because Nashville also lost as well as Chicago?
I think that helps. I think that gives us a little bit of relief. But that's the way that this league is right now, and you look at the teams that are battling for playoff positions. They're hungry teams, and fortunately for us, we're still in a race as well. We don't have too big of a cushion that we can kind of sit back on our points and just wait and see what happens. So obviously tomorrow, like I said, it's a big game, and then Saturday will be another hungry team against Minnesota.
And you could see Chicago in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
I guess. This is the type of year where messages get sent or things you remember in the playoffs that happen in games like tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think, playing a team like this that we have a potential matchup for or with in the first round is it's crazy that you play them twice, this week, and then you could see them, your next, 7 games after that. So, and the same thing goes for Minnesota. They're a team that we could match up against as well. So it's important that we try to gain any sort of competitive edge that we can right now, and use that going forward if we do see them.
What's the key to keeping your cool in a long series?
I think just that, not reacting to the other team. I think emotions can obviously run high in playoff games, and you have to focus that kind of energy in the right area. You're going to get pushed around. Teams are going to test you and try to cause you to react, take penalties, cause you to also go into a shell and get down on yourselves if things aren't going well for a little bit. So it's a matter of keeping an even keel, and I think just working through it with your teammates and focusing on your game when things maybe aren't going your way. There's going to be momentum shifts, at any point in the series.
Thank you, Kevin Shattenkirk. We appreciate your time.
With the teams losing, the top 3 teams all losing last night, does it feel like there's any team right now that's in the playoff picture that's really at the top of its game right now, that's cruising right now?
Yeah, it's tough. I think that goes to show how hard this year has been. I mean, you look at the lead Nashville had earlier on in the year, and it looked like they were the team that was just going to cruise along all year. But our division is, I think, the toughest one around, and to have to play these teams night in and night out, it's I don't want to say it's hard to get to playing well consistently, because I think we've played pretty well the last 4 games. But I think it's hard to get long winning streaks and cruise along. I mean, at any moment, these teams are all good enough to do the same thing or catch you, sleeping if you think that it's just going to be another easy night.
And how different is it when you're playing like a team like Winnipeg, which is playing for its playoff life last night? And you guys have said in here, look, we've known we're in the playoffs. These other teams haven't. You've had a lot of those teams lately that have been in that situation. How different is that? How tough is that when you're playing those teams?
It's tough. I think, but like last year, unlike last year, where I think we clinched early last year. We were, very far ahead in the points, and the end of the season last year was. Once we started losing some guys to injury and knowing that we were in and almost too early on was kind of almost like a disease for us. I think now the fact that we have these races ourselves, that we still have all these important games ahead of us. I think it helps us to play desperate like a Winnipeg or a Minnesota, and you know, there's something to be learned from a team like that when you do play them, to see, you know, what it's like when you're pretty much your season's at stake, and if we can, you know, manage to put that into our game and bring that into the playoffs, which is, you know, ultimately what it comes down to at that time, then I think we'll be you know, better off.
Pretty much every game this week, Winnipeg, Chicago, Minnesota, are a team that you could be playing in the playoffs next week. I mean, one way or another, this week is pretty much a playoff preview, no matter who you get.
Exactly. You know, the only team we're missing is Nashville. So, you know, it is pretty crazy how that works out, and I think that's you know, that's why there's so much uncertainty right now, as you're seeing all these divisional games and you know, these 4-point swings almost, and I think that's what this time of year is all about, and we have to be ready to, like I said before, set a tone and let teams know that if we do see them in the first round of playoffs, that we're gaining some sort of competitive edge, and they have an idea of what they're going up against.
What did you do last night to get the 10 minutes at the end?
That's on Twitter. I think you can find a GIF or two on that. So I'll leave it at that. That one's in the past for now, and
A lot of talk on the radio post game about it.
I'll take the stats, I guess, and the 10-minute stats, and I guess fantasy hockey owners will be happy about the 10-minute penalty minutes.
Yeah, best kind of 10-minute penalty, you know?
Exactly. Not the -1, but the 10 minutes in penalties.